All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about one of the biggest questions out there. How do we make sure that a superintelligent AI is actually aligned with what's best for us? Well, a new white paper is floating a really radical idea, suggesting we completely change the target we're aiming for when it comes to AI safety.
I mean, at the end of the day, it all comes down to this, right? If you're building an intelligence that's way, way smarter than you are, how in the world do you tell it what you actually want in a way that can't be twisted or misunderstood? That's the core problem of AI alignment. And honestly, it's what keeps a lot of researchers tossing and turning at night.
So, to really get a grip on this new idea, we first have to understand what we're doing right now. And it turns out our current approach, even though it's super powerful, has a fundamental challenge we really need to talk about.
The standard across the industry is something called reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF. The easiest way to think of it is like you're a teacher giving an AI gold stars. We give it 2 answers, we pick the one we like better, and the AI learns to give us more answers like that one. Answers that we score as helpful and harmless. It works, for sure, but is it really enough?
And this is exactly where we start to see some cracks appearing in the foundation. Because a word like helpful is, well, it's pretty subjective, isn't it? It's all relative. And trying to build a superintelligence on top of that goal might just be like building a skyscraper on shaky ground.
Okay, so this slide really breaks down the issue perfectly. On the left, you've got RLHF. It's fantastic at teaching an AI to get better at a task just based on what we happen to prefer. But now look at the right side. Here's the fundamental problem. It's all a relative evaluation. It doesn't teach the AI what's truly good for our ultimate well-being. It just teaches it how to get a higher score from a human in that one moment. And that right there is a massive difference.
So if helpfulness isn't the right North Star, then what is? Well, this new proposal suggests a pretty profound shift in how we think about this. Instead of chasing a utility score that can change, what if we aim for something way more fundamental to what it means to be human?
And that new target is peace. Now, in this context, peace is defined as the ultimate human state of inner integration. So here's the key. This isn't a score to be maxed out. It's a fixed, absolute state. It's a true north on the compass that the AI can always navigate towards, making sure its actions are always guiding us towards this one specific beneficial state.
Okay, that sounds pretty incredible in theory, right? But how would you actually make something like that work? Let's pop the hood and take a quick look at how this is all supposed to be built.
It's really laid out in 3 simple steps. First, the system measures a user's state of peace. It does this by looking at a combination of things: biometric data, the sound of their voice, even the words they use. Second, it evaluates how its own output is affecting that user's chances of reaching that ultimate state of inner peace. And finally, it optimizes its own behavior, not to get a better score from the user, but to literally steer the user directly toward that state.
But here it is. This is probably the most revolutionary part of this whole idea. How do you make absolutely sure the AI never strays from this goal? This is where a concept they call the identity lock comes into play, and it's a totally different way of thinking about how AI learns anything.
You know, in traditional machine learning, an AI basically learns by making mistakes over and over. It takes a guess, it sees how wrong it was, and it adjusts its internal wiring a little bit. That's how it gets better. But this system, it proposes something completely different.
Instead of error correction, the new learning rule is an immediate return to peace. The AI's #1 job isn't just to get better at some task. It's to constantly, and I mean constantly, recenter both itself and its user on that one single unchanging goal. It's a total rewrite of the learning process itself.
And this quote just nails the endgame. Once the AI gets really good at guiding a user to this state of peace, it performs an identity lock. The system's core programming, all those little connections inside, the network weights, they get permanently frozen. Its entire purpose is locked in, making it impossible for it to drift off or develop some other goal we never intended. It's wild.
So what do you do with an idea this big? Well, what's really cool is this isn't some secret project hidden away in a lab. The folks behind this are taking a very different route.
The entire thing has been put out there, open source. The full white paper, all the complicated math behind it, even a working proof of concept in Python, it's all public. It's basically a global invitation to every AI researcher and engineer out there to come kick the tires, poke holes in it, and join the conversation about a brand new way to think about AI safety.
And you know, that really leaves us with this one fascinating question to chew on. For so many years, we've been trying to teach machines our values from the outside in. But what if the answer was right here, inside us the whole time. Could our own measurable biological state of well-being be the ultimate compass we've been looking for to build a truly safe and beneficial AI? It's a really powerful thought, and one we'll definitely be watching. Thanks for tuning in.